Hi there, this is Dave from Website Toolkit, and in this quick video, I'm going to cover the basics of the new Website Toolkit system. So at the time of recording, this was the preview version of the platform, so things may subtly change, but all the fundamentals should stay the same. So once your audit is finished, you'd have an email through, or if you're watching this from the status page, that should say it's updated, and you can click a link to come through here. This is currently kind of the main screen that you'd always come into, which is basically your crawl results screen. And we can see we've got the sort of key stats across the top for how many pages were checked, how many broken resources it found, on-page warnings, and your cache hit rate, and if it detected any analytics on there. But getting into the good stuff, if we start off by looking at the Issues tab on here, we can see we've got some SEO, broken link, duplicate sections, and broken images. So if I just expand the SEO issues on here, we can see for each item, we've got the page it's found on, the recommendation, and two links to go across to view that page in the Pages tab, which will auto apply a filter there, or see that link on the Links tab. But for each of these, we can also mark something as fixed, mark it as ignore, we don't want to see that on future crawls, or add it to our to-do list on here. So if we've got our page title likely to be truncated, we say we want to come through and fix that later on. So if you click on your to-do, that'll just go through and add a copy of it to your to-do list over there so it can come through. And if there's something which we didn't want to do, so we can ignore the missing descriptions for our category pages, we can click ignore on that, for example. And if we wanted to mark something else as fixed, so we can say we added a meta description for this other page on there, we can say that's fixed as well. And that will then just basically hide them off of this normal list. So currently we're seeing the active issues. If you click on that bit, you can then come through and see what things have been fixed, or you can toggle it for which things have been ignored on there and return back to your normal state. You can also change the status on the drop down here for whichever area you're interested in, and you can also filter by your different recommendations in place on there. So I'm going to have a quick look across at the broken link section on here, as I've got a few links I've known have been broken for a while, but this is my own site and it's good test data, so I've left them in place. So on the issues sheets, on the found on section of this bit, if it's in the broken link category, it also attempts to send you to the page and highlight the particular part of the text in place. So we know we've got some text in here. So if I click on that bit, it's now using the kind of the text part at the top, if you're in sort of Chrome and Edge, I think, to basically highlight where the broken link is. But for browsers that don't support that, if I jump across to the link sheet by using the little link icon on here as well, it will also attempt to do a screenshot of the particular area that's broken. So we can see it's auto-applied the URL in the top there, and it's now got a view screenshot icon there. If I click on that bit, that comes back and basically highlights the section of the page that the broken link was on. It will do its best to find the link. However, if it's in a drop-down menu, it might just do a screenshot of the top of the menu on there. It's not perfect, but it'll help you get pointed in the right direction. Likewise, if you're on the pages one as well, and I swap this across to the right thing, and I did actually mean pages, I meant images, as we've got a couple of broken images on here. If I swap across to the images on here, we can see we've got the same filter on the status there. If I just set that to just be no missing on that side, we can see we've got a couple of pages here and a couple of images that are missing. Now this is partly fun because there was lazy loaded images on these pages, which meant you didn't get the traditional broken image icon showing up, which means it's a bit hard to tell there's something missing if there's just a slightly larger gap in the page. So this would now also attempt to do a similar thing. So if I'm on the images tab and I'm on the no for missing image and click on there, it would now actually try and insert a box to show you where the actual image was. If you viewed the page itself, there might just be a bit more of a gap than you'd normally expect. But if people are just skimming through, they wouldn't necessarily know there was a missing image. But if that's like an FAQ or knowledge base area and you're expecting to have lots of screenshots, that would be a little bit confusing for your viewers on that side through. So yeah, pretty much the main fundamentals are start off on the issue sheet to kind of sort of see what you've got on there. You can hop across onto pages to sort of see what content you've actually got on the site, see your title, your H1, and other detail across on the right hand there. For your different pages, if there's some that you're actually interested in, you can click to toggle. So you can click it once to star it, click it twice to make it low priority, or a third time just to return it to normal. So if there's particular pages you are interested in coming back to, you can just select the all priorities and starred at the top to kind of go through. Likewise for images on here, we've just got the same status on here to see where they are found on their alt text and the size on that side through. As I did a basic crawl on here, it won't go through and record and track your scripts in CSS, but it will still do your links on here, so you can see what link text you've got around the sites and where they're going to on there. So say, for example, on these ones, we could see we had our different VS Code links on here, where it generated up in sort of a Claude on there. I'd copied it across without fixing those ones. You can easily see where on the page these different ones were to kind of go through and fix. And lastly, it's a little bit experimental, but it'll also kind of go through and check the content on your pages as well. So it checks the different sections based on your headings in the page and let you now know how long some of these are. If you had the migration project set up where it will kind of come through each week to check on there, it will check against a previous snapshot of the page if a particular section had been removed or vastly changed in size. It will kind of just show a different content warning on the top there as well. But we've also got our one item in our to-do list, which we came through to do. This is dead simple. Once it's done, you can just click to tick it and it's closed off on there. So, yep, that's pretty much it for the fundamentals on this bit through. Feel free to have a poke through on your bit. And if you've got any other questions and bits, just click on the help icon on the top there, and I'll be adding new items to an FAQ as people ask questions. Thanks for watching and good luck with your audit.